Welcome to the Puget Sound Underground's new show called R.A.I.N. R.A.I.N is real people, awesome stories, inspiring narratives, and news that's warmer than your grandma's fresh apple pie. On today's episode, a Geoship lands in Seattle, and Gramma kicks your butt in Call of Duty. You know what time it is. Let's make it rain. Today, we're starting in the heart of Seattle, where a Geoship has landed. No, it's not a spacecraft, but you might not know by looking at it. Geoship is a company in the development phase of a whole new kind of house, and a whole new concept for a village. This genius design blends bioceramic materials with a geodesic design. Among other things, it's non-toxic, fire-resistant, disaster-resistant, recyclable, affordable, and it can be built in mere days. It gets better. They make every single customer a shareholder. So when you buy your house, you're getting shares of the company as well. Nice. But it gets even better. These guys aren't just building homes for homeowners. They've partnered with Zappos, the City Repair Project, Buckminster Fuller Institute, and others to create a permanent geodesic village for the Las Vegas homeless community. I get the impression they won't be stopping there. I jumped on their newsletter list to get more info as their development continues. You can do that too at geoship.is or click the link in the description below to check out their website. Our small business highlight of the day brings us to South Tacoma Way, where you're going to find Cuban-inspired comfort food. Sign me up. Chef Nicole De La Paz draws inspiration from family, as well as her time as a long-standing chef at HG Bistro, where she started as a dishwasher and departed as the executive chef, as well as Dirty Oscar's Annex, Marrow, and Top of Tacoma. A quick look at the reviews will show oozing support for the Cuban sandwich and the churrasco tacos, and nothing but good things about everything else. Check them out in person or have it delivered. Church Cantina, save my seat. I'm on my way. Not only are we going outside of the Puget Sound for this story, but we're going out of the country. A small town just north of Helsinki, Finland is now offering perks for being eco-friendly. They're looking at carbon emissions by looking at how residents get around: car, public transport, bicycle, or on foot. Users can get virtual euros they can spend on bus tickets, access to public pools, or coffee and cake at a local cafe. Now, I've never been one for biking, but if I knew that there was cake at the end of it, well, I think I'd be on board with that. When is this program coming to the Puget Sound? Asking for a friend. Our special guest interview today is bringing a brand new wholesome angle to the modern gaming landscape. TacticalGramma isn't just here to play games, though. She's busy building connections and building a community of people finding a space where they can truly be themselves. Her followers come from all walks of life, dealing with a host of different problems. TacticalGramma makes a point to talk with everyone and make sure that everyone has a space to be heard. But don't think TacticalGramma is a newer gamer. She had her hands on the original Atari and Pong games and heavily played N64 and everything in between. We're dealing with a OG gamer here. It's not every day you hear of a first-person shooter game in the news for a positive reason, but TacticalGramma has taken gaming and community streaming to a whole new level. Here today to talk about her newfound community in online gaming and putting good into the world through games, please welcome TacticalGramma. All right, well, let's get started. Introducing to the show, TacticalGramma. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Okay. So nice to have you on the show. I'm so blown away by your story, and I'm just so excited to dive in. So let's just get right into the questions here.
All right.
First of all, I understand you've been playing video games since Atari and Pong. How does a grandma go from Pong to Call of Duty?
Well, it's progression. I mean, started with those early games. I think we had an N64 and got a
Nice.
hold of GoldenEye, and that was my first person shooter. And from there, I was hooked. And then when the first Call of Duty came out, we just started playing those all the way through.
I love that. I've lost and won a lot of friends on GoldenEye. So
Yeah,
I can't tell you especially growing up as a teenager when LAN parties were still a real popular thing, like
they were
GoldenEye
awesome.
that was it. I mean, Golden Gun competitions and
Yep.
so much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that totally makes sense though. During your time of being in streaming and playing all of these different games, you've had the ability to impact the lives of a lot of people who are watching you play. What do you think the impact has been overall for the people who have been following you?
I think overall, my whole goal of streaming was like not to get big or anything, but just to have we call it a community. It's our community that people that come into the chat. And I just wanted to be a positive place, a safe place for people to come hang out, especially now that with COVID. Like I started streaming, COVID hit not that long after, and people are just having down days, like just being
Yeah.
stuck in your house, being isolated from people, just have a place to come and hang out and be able to share just like things, if they like video games, and share the fact that we're all different. We can embrace the fact that we're all different and just be a safe space.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think that's really what it is? Do you think people just needed somebody to listen to? I mean, we're obviously, like you said, we're dealing with a lot of mental health issues right now. We're being
Mm-hmm.
suppressed. We're being divided. There's a lot of things going on. Do you think that it's just the open ear that you have and the environment that you've created that really helps people open up to you?
I think that's part of it, yeah, that we're just open, but yet I think some of it, they see how I handle people that come in that, I mean, you're on the internet. There's trolls. There's trolls everywhere on the internet. And people come
Right.
in and they want to push buttons. They want to say, oh, you're horrible. Oh, you're trash, or even more hateful things.
Right.
People that say you're horrible, you're trash, this and that. We're like, look, like, I don't clap back at them. And I don't let my chat clap back at them. I'm like, we're going to be nice. We're going to be kind, and we're going to encourage them. And, there's been times like, what's wrong? Like, why are you so upset? And there's a bunch of them have been like, oh, wait, like they're going to listen and they'll talk back. And I have a lot of them that have stayed now.
Wow.
And then there's the ones who are outright mean or racist or this and that. And we're like, okay, you can go. We're going to
You're
try to be
banned.
nice. But if you're not going to accept us being kind, we'll move you along to another one.
Right. Right. Is that, I'm really curious to understand how you created that environment. Do you think it was just that active involvement in keeping people positive on both sides of the table? Obviously, if you're dealing with trolls, you're dealing with your own supporters who want to clap back in that chat box. You've got some people who have shared some very vulnerable parts of their life. Do you think that's how you created that safe space, by being so actively involved in keeping it positive?
I think so. Yeah. Because people are like, wait, like this is actually a place where we can come and not be like picked on and this and that. You know what I mean? They enjoy that aspect. And I did have to work at it, because there was people that want to come to my defense and they're like, wait, and they start going off like, no, guys, no. Like, we're going to be nice to them. We're not going to, because here's the thing. People that come into your chat being trolls or being, for the most part, are just hurt people, right? They're hurting, there's just something obviously going on in their life. So let's just give them a shot to be like, hey, no, we're going to be nice, and let's just see how they respond.
And that's something that you've actually experienced live in your streams, isn't it? Where somebody trolled and tried to come in to cause problems, and they turned around completely. They completely changed their tone. Tell me a little bit about how some of those stories have gone.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Not only in stream, but actually, I'll tell you too. So in stream, one guy he was going off and saying stuff, and I just was kind of being nice. And my mods are sending me messages, privately, like, do we ban him? Do we ban him? I'm like, let's just wait a minute. Like, he wasn't being something that was super offensive. It was more all at me. Like,
Sure.
you suck. You're horrible. You're old. I'm like, clearly my name's TacticalGramma. I know I'm old.
Yeah, right.
Like, we're good here. Like, what's going on? And I just kept being nice back. And they're like, wow. And then they hit that follow button, and then they're still coming back. And they're like, hey, I'm back, Grandma. How are you doing?
Wow.
And then there was one in my husband posted, like, he cooked me something, right? And he posted it on my game page. And this guy was like, that's horrible. I'm going to feed my dog, this and that, this and that. And he kept saying stuff. And I'm like, finally I just came in. I'm like, why are you angry? Like, just typed it. And he's like, oh, well, thanks for asking. I just really had a bad day. And then he came into my stream next day and followed.
That's incredible.
Because some people they're just hurting, right? They're just, and they don't know what to do with all that. Like you said, mental health is so huge right now that COVID's affecting a lot of things.
Yeah.
And people just need support.
How does it feel to you, having been a gamer for, decades now, and being able to contribute to other people's lives through something that you're so passionate about like this?
It's pretty awesome, because I never, ever, ever thought I'd be doing this. Like, I just played video games, and that was just me. And then my family encouraged me to stream. And so I'm like, okay, well, we'll try. But seeing the impact that it's had on people and the impact it's had on me, like, I've grown as a person. I've grown with my own kind of social anxiety and this and that. So I can see where these people are coming from. I feel the same way half the time. I'm socially awkward, like, outside of this and stuff. And but it's helped me grow, and I'm actually less so. So I'm like, I can recognize what's going on there. Like, they just don't know how to respond.
Well, I think it's absolutely amazing that you've fostered this environment of positivity, especially in the gaming world. I mean, I grew up, after we surpassed the N64 and got into Xbox Live and a lot of those things, that's where the online chat environment really started to grow. And it really didn't grow in a healthy way. And it probably still isn't a healthy way right now. So what's next on the horizon for TacticalGramma? You've got quite a bit of awareness around what you're doing now. And, you've got a lot more people following you. What's next for you?
For me, it's just kind of the same, just, trying to hang out with people in chat, engage with them, laugh, have a good time, maybe, shoot some people, not in real life.
There you go.
Shoot some people as we go.
You're right.
Just really have a good time. I don't really have like a set agenda for this, but just have fun with it and enjoy the community that we're building on Facebook.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Obviously, gaming has come a long way since Pong and Atari and even the N64, which is sad because that's, N64 is still my favorite.
I know.
Are there any games that you're super excited about that are getting ready to come out?
Yeah, I've always liked Assassin's Creed, so I'm excited for the new Assassin's Creed, the Vikings. This will be super fun.
It's going to be epic.
I didn't play Cyberpunk before, but I've been watching the trailers. I'm kind of super excited about Cyberpunk. It'll be... I try to do a PG stream, so I think Cyberpunk might have to have a disclaimer on it.
I mean, it does have Keanu Reeves, so it's hard to say no to it.
Right.
The boyfriend of the internet over here.
And I'll probably get, I think there's I don't know if it's a remake or a new Mario on Switch.
Yeah.
So, Mario, you can't go wrong with Mario.
You really can't go wrong with Mario.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and just talking to us about the amazing environment that you've created here. I hope you just have nothing but the most success in continuing to throw positivity, out into the Puget Sound community, but also into the gaming community. Where can people find you if they want to follow on your streams and connect with you on social media? Where's the best place to get in touch?
So I stream on Facebook Gaming, which is just TacticalGramma Gaming. I mean, you search TacticalGramma on Facebook, you'll find me. And it's Gramma, Gramma. And then I'm on TikTok. I have a TikTok.
Nice.
I have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for highlights. I have a Twitch, which might be used for more variety streams. Facebook kind of lends itself to BRs.
Yeah.
But it's on all of those. It's TacticalGramma.
Nice. So. Nice. All right. Well, we'll make sure that's in the description for everybody to follow you, and keep on gaming, Grandma. It's great to meet you.
It was nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us today as we spread some good news and inspire those in our community. And an especially big thank you goes out to those who were in our episode today. Without you, we wouldn't even have a reason to talk about good news in the Puget Sound. Now you can find more content just like this on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Also, if you have or have heard of good news stories in the Puget Sound, we would love for you to submit that information to us. You can email us at rain@PugetSoundUnderground.com or message us directly through our Facebook page. We would love to share the good news that you have on our next episode. I look forward to seeing you and all sorts of good news next time.